Hey guys, we're here working on this 2015 Mustang coupe. As you guys could see, glass is all broken through. Got the new one up here. We're gonna be starting that off right now, so let's get started. Grab some tools. Alright guys, so here we go. So a couple of tools you're gonna need is this one here. This one's for Fords. So what you go ahead and do, I don't know if the camera's gonna capture it or not, but you put it right behind the rearview mirror, kind of lift a little bit, and with a mallet you gently tap it up, releasing it from the bracket up here. And then just like that. Oh, glass is gone. Sorry guys, I kind of cut it off by accident. Well, as you can see, rearview mirror is off, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to under the hood, get the clips off so we can remove this cowl here. I like using these metal plates just so that when you're removing anything, you could go ahead and put them there. So let's go ahead and remove these little covers here. Then let's remove the nuts. Now this is all preference. You could either use a hand ratchet like this one, or you manually do it, or some people use the electric ones. Either or, they both work. Then we're gonna remove the wiper's arm here. So there's one arm there. Arms, then all these clips need to go, so let's go ahead and remove them. Now these inner ones can be a little bit more challenging only because you don't have the same amount of spacing, but as you can see, still removable. There you go. And just go across. This one's already missing the other tab, as you can see here. It's missing one here. This one's already missing the point there too. And then there is another one back here, right in the corner. There's actually going to be one on the opposite side that I missed. in the same location. There you go. There's one missing there. And I believe that's gonna complete all of them. Yeah, that completes all of them. So now we could go ahead and separate the cowling here from the retainer. Then back here there is a small little clip that you kind of don't want to break, that goes in there. From that point on, kind of just separate it. Once a small portion of it is out, you could use your fingers to kind of continue separating as you go along with it. As you can see, this all starts coming off. So come back over here, do the same thing, continue from where you left off, and just like that, the cowl is removed. So we're kind of just gonna move the cowl out of the way so it's not gonna serve us. I always like to dust it off for the customer, so we'll just leave it there for now. And just like that, the glass is now free of any elements or any other objects holding on to it. From here we could go off and cut the glass. Today we're going to be using our orange bat to do so. You can see the break is pretty bad, going across the whole windshield. So I'm gonna get them taken care of real good. So sometimes these things don't suction very good when windows are tinted, like this one. They have their windshield tinted, but other than that, it should work pretty easily. Let's see, let's get the feet in here and our feeder. We're gonna push it against the glass, and then we're gonna pierce it through that edge down there. And just like that, you guys could see the line is outside there. So let's go ahead and put this back down. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna feed the line through the entire windshield, and that's gonna allow us to cut the glue between the glass and the vehicle. So what you always want to make sure is that you don't get your lines crossed. Sometimes it's very easy to do that. So as you can see, if I pull on the right one, the right side's gonna move, which is the one that's gonna move this way. So that's exactly what you want. So let's go ahead and put the right to the right and just feed it through. Then let's pull some slack from the left one. Right. And same thing, feed it through, make sure it's going behind the glass. When it comes to the bottom here, let's make sure that it's going under the retainer and not above it. Corners are always important. Let's make sure they're tucked where they need to be. Then any extra slack, just pull it in, set it nice and tight. And just like that, it's all in there. And let's just get a little divider there to protect the moldings. And we want to come up here so that we protect the headliner. Alright, so we're done on that side. Let's kind of rotate this a little so that we're not fighting it so much when we try to cut the bottom. So as you can see, it's really that easy to move it around. The good thing with the orange pad is that it's so small, like it fits anywhere. We want to make sure to do that it's going in there. So as you can see, it's cutting down there like it should be. Perfect. That's exactly what we want right there. I'm gonna go ahead and
Jefe, ya me entra a trabajar, pero si ocupo algo, nomás me habla.
okay.
¿Eh?
That's our customer right there. So let's go ahead. He's off. He was on his break when we got here, so he's going back to work. Very important with these things is not to mess up customers' headliners. So always use some type of protective against it. Sorry about that, guys. Had to cut the video once again. Got a call about a different customer, so we're gonna go ahead and stop for now on the top side, and we're gonna move back down to the bottom. So let's go ahead and get that taken care of. We're gonna go ahead and switch our lock here to the top so the top one doesn't fidget, and then we're gonna get to cutting the bottom some more. Then just like that, ladies and gentlemen, the glass is all cut. As you can see, the line came back out. It's all in the spool here, which means that it is all cut. Let's go ahead and put our little device back. Let's put it away for the next use. We're gonna lower the hood just so that we have space to safely remove the windshield here. And as you can see, the whole windshield just comes off all at once. Always use new razor blades for every trim. You're gonna have a hard time if you don't. All right. So easy as that, just to trim the excess urethane. Look at that. So some of these Ford vehicles have like these little rough patches of like little dots, causing the scraper to stop when you're trimming. See how it has little like tiny rivets or something. That's why the blade stops, not because it's not sharp or anything. And it's only on the sides for whatever reason. But let's see. Go. Let's move over to the opposite side and just continue our trim down the way. Just like that, all the excess urethane is trimmed. So now what we want to do is we want to clean the area so that when we do put new fresh glue on, it sticks. Just like that, urethane is fixed. It's cleaned. So now let's start prepping our new glass. I know this blue tape here is there to protect the glass. It's just very annoying to remove once you're actually getting to the job. Alright, so when it comes to prepping the glass, one thing you want to always do is scrub the frit area, which is this black part around the glass. People touch it with their bare hands. You can see fingertips right there. So what it does when you clean it, when you scrub it down, you're removing all the grease that are on your fingertips, all the dirt, so that when you do go ahead and use the glass, you know, those contaminants are removed and it bonds properly. If you don't prep the glass and you don't clean it, then what's gonna happen is that it's not gonna bond, and within time, you know, that glue is not gonna hold up. Then you're gonna start getting leaks or air noise or something of that nature. When the next guy comes to redo the work, that glass is just gonna easily come off with no type of force, because there's nothing bonding it down to the glass anymore. See, so all that dirt is just from contaminants. Once it's cleaned up, then you can go ahead and just give it a once over. I always like to clean the frit a second time before I clean the center of it, just to get anything else. Then when I clean the center, I just don't go back to the frit area anymore. I just stay where I need to, because I don't want to push any contaminants from the center of the glass back out to the edge. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw some primer on the glass so that the urethane, which is the glue, it bonds better. So there's many different urethanes out there. Some of them need multiple types of primers for it to prompt properly. Others don't need any at all. They're all inclusive. Mine is supposed to be all inclusive, but I still like to put some primer. Doesn't hurt to put some. If anything, it makes me feel better that it's gonna bond better. But supposedly with the all-in-ones, you no longer have to primer the glass. It's just an extra step of precaution that you could take. Also make sure to primer any scratches or anything, any nicks that were made while trimming the glue. I always like to primer everything, give it a once over. You don't have to, you could just do the small scratches and stuff, but once again, it's all preference, and it just makes me feel better knowing that the whole area was primered. Just anywhere the glue's gonna touch. Before anyone says anything for not wearing a glove, you could see I did an open palm, so nothing of my fingers touched the bottom of the glass where we just cleaned and primered. I am gonna put fresh gloves right now. Then we're gonna get ready to set the glass. Anytime you take the stickers, just make sure you lubricate the area real nice before you start it. Now you're gonna scratch glass. Some of these stickers you don't even have to fully do it, just the tip of it, you see. Then just go around the edges, make sure nothing was left. So this one's just to clean off any dust and debris that might have been from the warehouse, just so when we put our suction cups to set it, they stick to it and they don't give out. You'll also want to clean the driver's side door, since that's where the other suction cup is going to go. Now this glass is small enough where you could hand set it. I'm choosing not to.
Do you have a card for me?
Yeah, definitely.
Couple cards with a cracked windshield.
Yeah, here you go.
Just
All right, sorry about that, guys. Had a potential customer ask me some questions. So I did went ahead and I set the arm here to the door glass. So what you want to do is, if you're using one of these, which is the little buddy, set the meter to the left on this side as well, so that when you set the glass in here, it goes more towards the middle. And then you want to measure the distance like from here, because that's where you're gonna set the glass, from here to the edge here, and whatever measurement that is, that's the distance that you're gonna be measuring here, so that you could set this piece here, because this is what's gonna attach to that arm that swivels, and then whatever handles you like to use to maneuver it one way to the other, that's what you're gonna do there. So now let's go ahead and shoot the urethane. Now with windshields that do not have molding around the glass, you don't want to shoot too much glue, because then it oozes out through the sides, then it just looks horrible when you push it down. So keep that in mind when you're shooting. So you want to have a pretty steady hand so that when you shoot the glue, it's nice and even. You don't want too much glue on one end or having highs and lows. You kind of want to have it all leveled, all the same height.
Hey, quick question.
Yeah.
I got a Toyota Camry 2023.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Keep having interruptions for potential customers, but not to worry, we are almost done. And as you guys notice on that corner, something kind of popped right here. So what we're gonna do, so we don't get leaks, we're gonna go ahead and remove that, put a little bit of fresh glue on that. Then make sure we close out all of our seams. We don't want to leave any seam open.
I got the VIN number right there.
Okay, give me one moment, please.
Yes, sir. Don't worry.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're busy. Don't worry.
Clean off every seam. Close them all. We don't want any water going in between it.
That's the thing, right? The sensor, the fucking camera.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody wants those new cars with all that features until something like this happens. Because it gets very expensive with that, because it needs to be recalibrated. Right. Go. It's up on that side. Just like that's on this side. Once it's in there, it's in there. Just make sure it adjusts. They always move. There you go. Press down a little bit. All right, sorry about that, guys. Once again, we got another quote for a different customer here. So the glass is installed. I'm gonna go ahead and remove our suction cups, put it away. And then get started to putting the car back together. So let's go ahead and do some of that now. So normally these retainers down here, they have like a little plastic insert just so that it doesn't get damaged. So as you can see, I'm just pulling that insert off so it could be removed. And then now the new, and then when we put the cowling back on, it's gonna sit flush right into that retainer. So let's go ahead and get that part situated. There you go, it's in the holes. What you want to do, line it up, push it in. This piece back in the corner. There you go. So you put this piece in this corner. There we go. Line it up. Push it in. And then just follow it through. And then we had one tab here. We had one there. Gonna put that there. And where were my two missing ones? Here's one, here's two. So you had a broken one there and a broken one over here. Kind of want to put everything where it originally was, just so that in case they ever question anything, you could back yourself up and be like, you know what, that was already there, and like that. So let's put the wiper blades. Tighten those nuts up to the bolts. With the little tabs. And just like that, all the inside is now complete. it's closed off. So you can see it's all nicely done. Retainer is flushed. Cowling is flushed to the retainer. Nice even spacing everywhere. Now all that's left is just to put that rear view mirror on, and then we're all good here. So let's go ahead and do that. As you guys heard that click means that, you know, it got flushed to where it needed to, so that it's not wiggling around everywhere. We'll just put the little tab there, just like that. The job is done and complete. Look at that, fresh new glass, new windshield on there. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna clean it up for the customer so it's all nice and neat right now that he walks out, and he's good to go. The urethane that we use has a 30-minute dry time that starts from the moment that we start shooting the glue. So he'll be good to go in about 15 minutes or so. He's at work, so he's not gonna be driving anytime soon either way. But just like that, guys, thanks for following.